Hey everybody, showmeat.com here, Sebastian back with you. Just wanted to share some of my final thoughts on Namm 2023. Was an interesting show this year, and I got a lot of messages, calls, text messages, people asking me, well, how was the show? What do you think? This year's show was very interesting. Everyone was not there. Okay, let's just start with keyboard companies. Roland was not there. Korg was not there. They had small offices there for their buyers and sellers, so forth, like little offices, but nothing on display, offering nothing new. Yamaha was there in a very limited capacity. They had a small space. Normally, those of you that know the Namm show, I've been going to this show for over 20 something years. Normally, Yamaha being the biggest music company in the world, they normally have their whole setup outside of the convention center in a hotel right next door, the Marriott. And they have a huge setup. So this year they took a space within the convention center. They did not do that. And from talking with some friends, some insiders, they said from a business standpoint, what people don't realize, the Namm show is a very expensive show to do. One year I was going to do it, and I looked at the prices and did it make sense? But to do a big setup, big display, all of that stuff, thousands of dollars. So what Yamaha figured, hey, we're 8 months from January Namm show. It makes no sense to do that type of an expenditure. And we're just 8 months away from January Namm show. And they're going through their turnover for their fiscal year and all of that stuff. So it made no sense from a financial standpoint. So they had a very limited display. They showed that new CK keyboard. They showed that new, I believe, M3 mixer, the small little production mixer, which is a very nice mixer for small situations. But everybody was talking about the new montage. It was like, you know how with Apple, when the new phone's coming out, everybody has their predictions. Oh, it's going to drop, it's going to drop. So everybody had this strong feeling that it was going to drop at the show, which it didn't, which I heard from some people behind the scenes. They're holding on to that till January. So we'll be looking to see what their offering is in January. Uh, and let's see. As far as on the other front, other companies, Nord dropped the new Stage 4, which I'm very happy with. I really got a chance to play it, feel it, move around. The way it's laid out is so much better. You don't have to do the A and the B. It's really laid out great. And I'm in love with the Nord sound. I mean, the purity of the tone and the sounds, it's just, to me, they're unmatched. And so that was a great opportunity to see what they had. They had various artists there, as you see, I've posted on the site. Great performances from great people. I really love the way they really get behind different areas of music and promote musicians. It's a wonderful thing. I don't see everyone doing what they're doing, and I'm really excited about what some of the plans that they have for upcoming situations and events and where they're going to do different productions at. But yeah, great company, great products. Really, other than that, the basement was closed. Those of you know, normally there's a basement at Namm. That was closed. And you have all of these halls in the main section. They did not utilize all the halls, so it was a very condensed show. Didn't really cover a lot of space. They didn't have a lot of vendors. I'm sure that was a situation where a lot of the vendors, they knew, hey, we're coming in January. To spend all this money now in April and turn around a number of months later and come back in January, for a lot of companies, it made no sense financially. So I totally get it. As far as on the organ front, Hammond was there this year and they were showing their new Leslie. I really like the new Leslie. It sounds very good. I mean, I've heard some comments, oh, it sounds this way, it sounds that way, but you always have to remember you're listening to what a microphone's interpretation of that speaker is. If you really have to hear certain things in person versus hearing them like over YouTube. And then YouTube, they have their own compression scheme also. So all of that you have to take into account. Viscount was not there this year. I guess they decided they didn't want to come, and they'll come in January. So we'll see the new Soul, the Soul organ, and so forth. And I probably have another video I want to put up on that organ, just Joey talking about the different features of it and so forth. But yeah, that's really my cap on the show. Now, one other interesting point that someone brought up. I was looking at some of the blogs, and somebody brought up this question: is the Namm show really relevant anymore? I remember when I first started going over 20 years ago, all the companies did their product releases at the Namm show. And that's when things would go up on websites, word would go out, this is coming, that's coming, and people would get excited. But because of the way social media has changed, these companies do not have to wait anymore for the Namm show. A lot of these companies have their own media departments that will put stuff out on the media. And because news travels so fast on the internet now, a lot of companies, they do their releases over the internet. They don't even feel that the Namm show is relevant. But that's on one level. The other level is you have buyers coming. And a lot of time buyers want to try out new devices, get familiar with the equipment, talk with the reps and so forth. So I don't see the Namm show going away, but I think some people are kind of rethinking the whole concept of, well, we can put things out online and not even have to go to this show and spend all this money. But I don't see it going away. I really like the Namm show. Aside from all the amazing equipment that's there, you get to meet so many incredible people and make so many incredible connections. And it's a great show, and I'm looking forward to it in January. But I just wanted to give you just a short recap of the time that I spent there, and I really enjoyed it. And hopefully we can bring you some more next year in January of some more amazing products that will be dropping. All right? All right. As we always say, if you really want to play, don't play around. Sebastian here. Thank you.